I quite liked Norman Normal as a character, but as a cartoon, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't think I loved it. I didn't really care for the editing. Not really a fan of some of the animation style, but the narrative flowed reasonably well. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1968, directed by Alex Lovy, written by N. Paul Stookey and Dave Dixon. And Dave Dixon voices Norman, and Paul Stookey voices some of the other characters. And it's basically about Norman having to do things that his boss asks him to do. His father tells him to just get on with it, and it's all of these things that he's kind of got to deal with, and doesn't really feel comfortable in these situations, and that's about it. Not that much happens, but because Norman is a relatively interesting character, I kind of didn't mind following his journey too much. I say journey; it doesn't, it doesn't travel that far, the narrative, but I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't care for it that much, is that the narrative just, like, I get what it was trying to do and what I was trying to say about this character at least, but I just didn't find it to be that engaging or that interesting. I didn't really care for any of the supporting characters. I think his boss was quite a well written and well animated character, but that doesn't mean I liked him. But I can appreciate that it was a pretty decently executed character. And the animation style, bits of it was okay, bits of it I didn't love. So I'm kind of on the fence with how I feel about that, and that's basically my impression of the whole cartoon. I quite liked Norman Normal as a character. I didn't care that much for the narrative, but bits of it was okay. I didn't really love any of the supporting characters, but some of them were at least, decent, and the animation style is hit and miss. It's very much an I don't know how I feel about this cartoon. And with that in mind, I would say give it a watch. I'd love to know what anybody else thinks of it. And if I've not mentioned something that you think might help sway me one way or another, please feel free to point that out. But at the moment, I really don't know. Norman Normal is not an amazing cartoon, but it's relatively thought provoking. Definitely check it out for yourself, see what you think. Maybe you'll have a stronger or more concrete opinion than I do, but I think it's one that I will have to visit again at some point, not because I love it, but because I'm genuinely confused with how I feel about it.